Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, I'm talking about the PS4 CMOS issue again. Now, I know a lot of people here might not know what the PS4 CMOS issue is, so I'm just going to do a bit of a recap first. So yeah, for those who don't know what the CMOS issue is, to sum it up, there's a battery inside of every PS5 and PS4 and even PS3. And what the battery does is it just keeps track of the date and time. However, PlayStation consoles also use it to keep track of certain things like your digital purchases and also your trophies and stuff like that, and like when you unlocked them. The problem with is, at least on PS4, is that when the battery dies, it causes a whole bunch of issues. Digital games just stop working because it can't keep track of your digital purchases anymore. Trophies, anything that has trophy support, like literally any game that has trophies will just completely crash on startup every single time because it can't actually properly track your trophies anymore. And it causes, I think, a few other issues too. On PS5, it also has a similar issue with digital games, although I'm pretty sure, at least with trophies, it doesn't do the same thing as far as I know. And on PS3, it's a lot like the PS5, where it doesn't really seem to affect physical games all that much, like with trophies and stuff, but digital games are still affected. So yeah, that's basically what the issue was up until this point. It was a really bad issue, especially on PS4, because like I said, anything with trophy support would just completely stop working. Now, I have made a few videos about the CMOS issue already, mostly because I really just wanted to get the info out there. I wanted people to share it because I really just wanted Sony to fix the issue. That's really all I wanted. And even it even got to the point where so many people were actually sharing it that Sony actually did issue a response where they were like, "Oh, the CMOS issue doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not an issue. It doesn't exist. It's not real." And yeah, that did make me pretty sad. However, just a few days ago, Sony released a new PS4 firmware update titled 9.0.0, and I tested it on my PS4 with a dead CMOS battery, and it seems like they have actually done and fixed the CMOS issue for good, finally. Now, I do want to give a bit of a shout out to a YouTube commenter who actually informed me about the issue being fixed in the newest firmware. I'll have a screenshot of them up on screen, but I actually don't know how to pronounce their name. I think their first name's like Marcin or something. I honestly am terrible with names, but they were the ones who informed me about this issue being fixed, and I honestly wouldn't have tested this if they hadn't told me. I did test out firmware, I think it was version 8.52, I believe, because I wanted to see if the issue was fixed there, and it wasn't. So I kind of just gave up on testing new firmwares. But they actually informed me that the new update fixed the issue, and without them, I honestly wouldn't have tested the new firmware and noticed that it was fixed. So huge thank you. But anyways, now I'm actually just going to switch over to my PS4, and I'm going to be showing you exactly what I did and like exactly what I tested to make sure that this issue is no longer present. So yeah. Alright, so I'm on my PS4 now. This is the PS4 that I own that has a dead CMOS battery. And actually, I do first of all want to show you what it looks like when a PS4 has a dead CMOS battery. So if we go over to the settings and we go down over to the date and time settings, as you can see here, it says the date and time is currently December 31st, 1969 at 5:02 p.m. And if you turn on your PS4 and you have that as your date and time, and you didn't set that yourself, it's a good chance that your CMOS battery has probably died. Especially if you set the date and time back to something normal and then you restart your PS4 and then the date just goes back to 1969, that's pretty much a dead giveaway that your PS4 has a dead battery. Now, I just turned on my PS4, so as you can see here, it's pretty much at 5:02 p.m. because I've had it on for like 2 minutes. But yeah, that's pretty much a dead giveaway that your PS4 has a dead battery. Now, I'm actually going to show you on the screen what it looked like before when the PS4 had a dead CMOS battery. Alright, so now I'm actually going to show you some footage from my previous video showing exactly what the CMOS issue looked like. I actually didn't record any other footage before this, so I'm just going to show you some footage from my previous video. But as you can see, when I booted up a game, sometimes they actually get as far as a loading screen, but they would always crash back to the PS4 sign-in screen. It would actually crash so hard, it would just sign me out of the PS4 completely. So yeah, the game I showed you there, I believe, was the Talos Principle. So I'm going to be showing you what the Talos Principle does now on a dead CMOS battery after the new update. Alright, so now I'm going to show you what it's like to boot up a game with the newest firmware update, but still with a dead CMOS battery. So, as you saw before, it would crash right when it got to the end of the first loading screen. But here, as you will see, it has the same loading screen. As you can see, it does not crash immediately right at the end of that loading screen. So yeah, it really does seem like that issue has been fixed finally. And as you can see, I can get to the main menu. It does tell me sign in to use network features, which is pretty normal. But as you can see, I can totally play the game now. In fact, I'm just going to start up a new game right here. It is going to take a second to load, so I'll probably just do a jump cut. But once it's done loading, you'll be able to see. Alright, that took like a minute to load. But we are in game now. If I hold R1 to skip, we are definitely in the game now. So, yeah. I'm getting some texture popping though. Oof. But yeah, the game does indeed still work. It didn't work before, but now it works again. So yeah, I did actually play the game a little bit. I don't know if they still carry over, but I did play the game a little bit. And yeah, okay. I did play the game a little bit before, and I did earn a trophy to confirm that earning trophies does work. And as you can see here, it just shows up as a normal trophy, but the earned date is just completely blank. So that's basically what happens when you earn a trophy with a dead CMOS battery now. Now, I also went and I tested a few other games just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. I tested The Last of Us 2, I tested Mortal Kombat 11, and I also tested the director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima, just to make sure they all worked, and all of them did work. I tested the Aftermath version of Mortal Kombat 11, which has version 1.18 on disc, and it also has like a bunch of DLC also on the disc, and I made sure all that DLC worked. All of it does seem to work now with a dead CMOS battery, which is awesome because none of it worked before this new update. I haven't tested digital games yet. That's something that I know a lot of people are also wondering about. I don't have any digital games, unfortunately, installed on my PS4 right now. So, unfortunately, I can't test any of those. But a few other people who have tested the new firmware update have told me that digital games also work. But I would take that with a grain of salt because, like I said, I haven't tested it myself. But it does really look like that Sony went and actually fixed the issue fully, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm very happy about that, and I just wanted to make this video to share that because yeah, I'm very happy about that. So yeah, if you like this video, leave a like and a subscribe. If you have any questions about this, leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to answer everybody's questions. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.